Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
It's the brother Kalaya.
And the brother Azaria.
All right, coming at you with a quick lesson. All right, prior to getting started, we'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and I guess it's safe to say like this brother, you know, he like my anime brother. You know, we go back and forth, you know, discussing anime, and kind of just wanted to get a lesson in going into how a lot of these different, how could I say it, what's the technical term for these anime creators?
Mangakas.
Yeah, mangakas. All right, the Lord puts the spirit on them, okay, to make these different animes, and a lot of these things are described in the scriptures, man. All right, superhuman strength, all right, running at extreme speeds, right, flying, okay, some those things, all right, are listed here in the scriptures, man. Okay, so we're gonna get a couple of them, a couple of examples, right, in scriptures backing up those examples. All right, and Lord willing, it be edifying. You can start me off with that Samuel.
This is the book of 2 Samuel 22, verse 33. Yahweh is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. Verse 34. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon high places.
All right, and King David, and actually, I'm gonna get you to start up. Verse 29. Salaki, start that, and then we'll jump down to 33.
This is 2 Samuel 22 and 29. For thou art my lamp.
Go down a little bit with your voice.
For thou art my lamp, O Lord, and Yahweh will lighten my darkness. Verse 30. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall.
All right, so what's being explained is, all right, King David, he said he ran through a troop, okay, and a troop is an ancient term for like an army, man, all right, a small portion of an army, all right, and it says he ran through a troop with the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man, okay, and a lot of these, what's that guy name who created Marvel?
Stan
Lee. He said he got a lot of his inspiration, all right, from the scriptures, all right, from the Holy Bible, man. Okay.
Hey, just to back you up on that troop thing, they say an average troop is 100 people at least. So that's 100 people that King David ran through. Just to put in perspective what kind of power you had to have. It's
that's
tough
right. Fighting
one man, let alone 100.
And what that made me think of, Guts from Berserk.
You know, on that bridge, you had to fight those 100 men.
And the spirit of the Lord was on David so good, all right, or so powerful and so much, all right. When they went to war, when he was still under King Saul only went through hundreds of men, or thousands, Salakia, and the women in the town, all right, they were chanting Saul, he and roughly paraphrasing, he ran through thousands of men, but David ran through tens of thousands of men. You know, that's because the spirit was on him, man. But you could jump down to verse 33.
Back to 2 Samuel 22 and 33. Yahweh is my strength and power, and he making my way perfect. Verse 34. He making my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon places high. He teaches my hand to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms.
All right, and things like this, and this is why people think that the scriptures are a fairy tale, right? They've never seen the human body break bows of steel, okay? They've never seen a man, all right, be put on a high place, and what that's going into, he jumped high. You see, it said that his feet were like hinds feet, and a hind, if I'm not mistaken, is a rabbit, man. Okay, and when you run, when you see a rabbit run, it's real quick. You see, but it says he teaches my hands to war, and like we was going into the other day, it's like what, having that ultra instinct. Right, if you watch Dragon Ball Super, right, the body is moving, okay, without using the mind to think about every decisive move or maneuver. You see, the spirit of the Lord being on him, man. Okay, and that's a whole nother subject in its own. You know, but nevertheless, a Ultra Instinct is in Dragon Ball Z is like an angelic power, right? It's a technique the angels use. You see, but you could bring out if you got a little precept.
This is Isaiah 40 and 29.
Mm-hmm.
He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Verse 30. Even a youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fail. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagle. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Man, that's spiritual powers, man. Okay? So what it's going into, it says he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increased strength. All right? Right now, we don't have that power. Okay? But we're going to need it in the future, which I'm going to get you to get that Isaiah
59?
Yeah. We'll grab that.
You want it?
Yeah.
It was 59 and 11, I think it was. No, not 11.
Let me look at it.
59 and 19.
Go ahead.
All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
You see, so the Lord is going to put the spirit on certain men on this side. All right? Men of the Lord, men that you see preaching, all right? Men that may look feeble, okay? Men that may not have the how could I say, the perfect qualities. You see, that Jake may look at like a superhero or something of that nature.
He don't have the physique of a superhero.
That's right.
Stripped it out, abs, big bulging muscle.
Right.
Cause the
6'8", 300 pounds, lean.
The enemy just gonna see a regular everyday Jake that they're like, you know what, we can knock him off easily. As it says in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, I think around the 69th, 70th verse, when they come in like a flood, they're gonna be sparing none. So for him to lift up that standard, meaning we gonna be in a situation where we need that standard lifting up.
That the Lord gonna bring in those powers, man, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing to see the men of the Lord or a brother that you preach with, that you've been, fighting with, man, through this spiritual battle, right next to brothers, man. You know, get that power in which we so 144% believe in. You see,
a bunch of Black Adams running around the world, striking down the enemy of the Lord. Cause that's what we're gonna be like. Black Adam was a representation of the men of the Lord that day that standard get lifted up on them.
That's right. And when you go into that word standard, I believe it goes into being able to disappear or escape, man. All right, so you're gonna have brothers, right, in Jacob's trouble, who's gonna be in a very difficult situation.
Dire straits, as the scripture says.
That's right, man. And the only way to get out of those situations will be what? Through divine intervention. Okay, the Lord is gonna have to put that spirit on men. All right, men gonna actually disappear. Men gonna actually, break open bars, with their bare hands.
Stopping bullets.
That's right.
It's gonna be a bunch of Neos.
Man.
Neo was just a awakened Israelite. That's all he was.
That's right. And get Isaiah 41 and 14. If you want to grab something before that, you can.
Let me get that Wisdom of Solomon. I think it was 3 and 7. Let me see. Yeah. This the Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 7. And in that time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
And I work with this particular machine, right? And when you cut metal, it sparks shoot from it. You see? And these sparks are so fast that it's hard to track one, with the naked eye. It has to be slowed down with cameras and things of that nature, right, to actually get a glimpse of what it is. And the Lord is referencing the power of an Israelite man in that day when the spirit is on him unto sparks on the stubble, man.
I mean, think about Dragon Ball Z. We see these fights that may go on for maybe 10, 12 episodes, but they actually did an in-universe video of the Frieza and Trunks fight, and it was no more than probably 5 seconds. That whole episode that took 3 to 4 episodes was 5 seconds in real time and their time. So think about that.
Hey, but they also mentioned that too. All right, when you remember when the Cybermen, when Vegeta and Nappa first came and they plucked out the Cybermen, Gohan couldn't see the fight between Yamcha and the Cybermen. He couldn't see it, and Piccolo was telling him, you know, like, hey, train your eyes, all right, because they was moving so fast.
You ain't see nothing. Matter of fact, that's why I tell you, like, even in the days of Dragon Ball, like Krillin and Goku was in their first tournament, they literally had to break down their whole fight to the audience because they didn't know what happened. All they seen was them looking at each other, not Krillin in the wall. I'm talking about Goku literally picked up Krillin so he could show him how he kicked him and fell through the wall. That's the kind of speed that they're moving at, and that's the kind of speed the men of the Lord are gonna have on that day when he lift up that standard.
And that's the beauty about how the Lord works, because the Lord has given us not only the scriptures, but he's given us animations, right, in which the mind can wrap around these things. You know, it's not a coincidence that Jake gravitates towards these different animes, right? What you call that? Marvel movies, DC movies, you know, those sorts of things.
That's why Dragon Ball Z, even among Jake, is one of their favorite, because that's showing spiritual powers.
And the elder was talking about it, man. He said one of the more earlier versions of Dragon Ball Z, they were the characters were so-called black men, man. You know, just look at the sports, all right? The black man, the so-called black man, really the Israelite in itself, all right, as a people, are far greater. All right, it's not foreign, all right, to our minds that's in the know that these things would be accessible in that day, and especially in the kingdom, man, getting that full dose of the spiritual powers.
I mean, take Usain Bolt for instance. Like, if you ever watched that man run, to me, at no point it ever seemed like he ever ran full speed. Like, he ran, but I never seen him run at full speed except one time, and that's when he messed up on the start. But he easily came back and won. And he was setting world records like it wasn't nothing. So think about a Usain Bolt with spiritual power.
Look at Mark Henry. You know, he was once deemed the world's strongest man. Okay? Yeah, you have these other nations with their mighty men, but Jake always, you know, clears the leaderboard, man.
Man, Mark Henry trained for 6 months for a world's strongest man competition. Just him. Now these other men that was in the competition probably trained year in, year out.
From a youth.
Just 6 months. He trained for that and won it easily. Matter of fact, he picked up a dumbbell that most couldn't, and not only did he pick it up, he did it 8 times, which nobody could barely do one. He was just picking it up. He was like, "Yeah, I got you," just to show out, cause that's Jake. Jake gonna always look good. He gonna make himself look even better than what he is. But you got it up.
Yeah, hey, when the Lord give us these spiritual powers, and like I said, especially in the kingdom of heaven, hey, we're a spectacle now, but how much more then? We're gonna really be like gods, man. Scriptures tell you that, all right? It says the house of David shall be as God, all right?
Which, using that wisdom and knowledge that we have, is gonna make our face shine. So to the other nations, we not only gonna look like Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, but we're gonna shine to them too.
Grab that. This will be the last precept, you know, unless you had one more before it start getting too dark.
Nah, we'll go with that. There was Isaiah 40 and what you want on it?
41 and 14.
41 and 14.
Gotcha.
All right, this is the book Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel.
I want to stop you right there, because back in Isaiah 40 and 29, it says he give power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increase strength. All right, it just called us a worm in Isaiah 41 and 14. You see, so in which we don't have an attack nor a defense. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is both our sword and buckler. You see, our shield and our sword. But the Lord is going to give us that power, all right, in that day. Keep going.
All right. I will help thee, says Yahweh.
You got it.
And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Verse 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp thrashing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thrash the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as cliff.
As chaff.
Chaff, Salakia.
You good?
Want me to keep going?
Yep.
Verse 16. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel.
Yeah, that's it. You know, but ultimately, man, the Lord is gonna make us go through a metamorphosis. All right, we're gonna get those when Jay get beamed up, on those chariots. All right, Jay gonna get those spiritual powers that say we're gonna be a new sharp threshing instrument. All right.
Fine.
Scriptures say right now we are fishers, all right, but we shall be turned into hunters in that day. All right, and that's going into that second part where it said that it says thou shalt thresh the mountains, which in the scriptures mountains oftentimes what represent governments. You see, so all of these world leaders, when they're in their special bunkers and hideouts and shit, the men of the Lord are gonna go in there and bring them out of there, man. All right, and get them prepared for slavery. They will be the first fruits of slavery, man.
And just to back you up, the reason why we're gonna be new threshing instrument because the world haven't seen men like King David in thousands of years. So when we come out like King David, remember the scripture said the weakest among us are gonna be like him, and he ran through 10,000 of men. So when they see us again, it's like, man, we ain't never seen nothing like that. Yeah. But you got it out.
Nah, that's heavy, man. But obviously there are a plethora more of scriptures that we can go into, showing the spiritual powers being mentioned in the scriptures. All right, but nevertheless, this will conclude the lesson for the night. All right, so before we get out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Hopefully elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.
Abba.